What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Establish Run's NBA Injury Report Analysis Show. I'm Drew Dinkmeyer here with Mike Gallagher to walk you through today's four-game slate in the NBA. A nice, tidy four-game slate after a big 11-game slate yesterday. We're going to try to keep this injury show real quick because I'm feeling a little bit behind today, despite just the four games. So, Mike, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Got a quick little hike in. Brody's getting groomed right now, so it's weird not having him around the house. Ready to get this done pretty quick, and then hopefully pick up Brody right when this is over.
The best kind of dog for a podcast or live show is an absent dog. So shout out to Brody. Let's move to the game-by-game stuff today. Memphis and New Orleans. Memphis, the return of Ja Morant tonight. They just filed their injury report. It's also the return of Bismack Biyombo. Which is more important tonight for Memphis, Mike? And what other notes do you have on the Grizzlies?
I think Biz coming back's a big deal after the knock. It's obviously Ja Morant. 25-game suspension is over. He is going to not be on a formal minutes limit, according to Taylor Jenkins, but not go crazy. So that means probably upper 30s off the table. But wouldn't be surprised to see him play like full-ish 34, 35 kind of minutes here. They obviously need it. We've seen them go Jacob Gilliard pretty heavy. We saw a little bit of Conchar. We've seen just dire need of ball handler to help out Desmond Bane. So could certainly hit the ground running from minutes perspective. Obviously not returning from an injury. So, conditioning checkpoints, I would imagine, have been there. He had some kind of like court stuff he had to deal with from the incident with the pickup game that he was dealing with. A lot of his comments from that. But should be good to go. They, again, need him. Their offense is one of the worst in the NBA. Should be back out there. I would expect him, Bane, Vince Williams to start, Jaren Jackson, and then probably Biz, given the size of the Pelicans on the other end. But especially with Xavier Tillman playing so poorly there. So I feel pretty good that that'll be the starting lineup for them tonight.
All right. On the Pels side of things, Zion Williamson is questionable, non-COVID related illness there. That does impact the size of the Pelicans that you were just referencing and perhaps the starting lineup for the Grizzlies if Zion is unavailable. They also have a probable tag on Najee Marshall with a right ankle sprain. He's been playing behind Herb Jones. When Herb Jones hasn't played well, Marshall has kind of picked up playing time. Cody Zeller listed available with the face mask as the injury illness, and still without Larry Nance Jr., Kyra Lewis, and Matt Ryan. What are your notes on the Pels?
Yeah, Zion got that late-ish, whatever time of day it was. It was morning for me for the illness tag edition. So, yeah, we don't know. We know these little illness tags. This is the time of year for them. We're gonna get. It feels like one every day, especially on the big slates that we'll have. So, just kind of the nature of the slates these days. So we don't really know much. Generally, it's been guys missing. If he doesn't play, I feel very confident that Trey Murphy will get the start. We saw Zion miss a game, and they started Dyson Daniels that was basically called a mistake by Willie Green. So feel pretty confident if Zion can't go, it would be Trey Murphy in the starting lineup, who's been playing pretty well at the bench. Their bench has been great lately. Najee Marshall's making threes. Alvarado's been making some threes as well. So yeah, pretty straightforward there. Najee should be good to go. You mentioned got upgraded to probable pretty much at the same time Zion got downgraded to questionable. So we'll see one of the bigger questionable tags on the slate there. And honestly, if he misses, I'm going to hope the line drops and probably hit it. I think the Pelicans match up pretty well with Herb guarding Ja Morant today.
Yeah, Herb has been struggling of late, so I'm interested to see if a prime defensive matchup that kind of requires his availability on the floor impacts things for him. But it's been kind of a struggle since Trey Murphy got back and Najee Marshall got back for Herb Jones. I don't know if he's playing with like more of an eye to the bench, that there's more competition to take his minutes or whatnot. But we've seen a lot of these games, like this last one of late for Herb, would have been like 19, 20 minutes, not adding anything in the box score. As a season-long owner in the industry pickup league, I'd like Herb Jones to get back to picking it up. Let's move to San Antonio and Milwaukee. On the San Antonio side, no Victor Wembanyama tonight. Best ball faders like myself rejoice that there's a breath of fresh air without Victor Wembanyama putting up 50 and 60 fantasy points a night. They're also without the G Leaguers. What are your notes on the Spurs tonight?
Yeah, we should certainly see Zach Collins get back into the starting lineup. You mentioned the G Leaguers, at least most of them aren't going to be out there. That should put Zach Collins in the first unit, and we get a Sandro Mamakavashvili revenge game. Probably gets a lot of garbage time as well. We'll talk about him on the DFS show later for sure. The rest of the starting lineup should be the same. So Malachi Branham, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and Keldon Johnson. Bench mentioned Mamu Kamashvili. Certainly see Jetty Osman. He'll have a little bit of an increased role. Trey Jones will definitely be in there. Doug McDermott. That'll be most of it. And then we'll see if, Champagne can kind of sneak in there for a handful. Doubt they go to Devontae Graham here. So, yeah, feel pretty good. And then, we'll see if we get any garbage time for anybody.
Yeah, Milwaukee side of things, Malik Beasley probable here. The Milwaukee Bucks probable tag, always a concern.
Mm-hmm.
It popped up last game as Malik Beasley missed. They are still without Jay Crowder. What other notes do you have on the Bucks tonight?
Yeah, besides Jay Crowder, they're pretty healthy here. One of the healthiest they've been in a while. So we'll see how this affects Malik Beasley's minutes coming back, assumed from missing a game. And we saw Andre Jackson play a ton of minutes. One of his best games, plays 36. He was hanging around like 16 as a starter prior to the big game against Houston. So we'll see. We've kind of been talking about if, the offense from Malik Beasley is worth the defense, which has been a major issue. They've been getting killed by on-ball players because Beasley's guarding him. He's not a very good on-ball player. So I think the ceiling could come down a little bit, especially with Pat Connaughton also back. So there's more people nipping at Beasley's heels here, there. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then, just Giannis playing so much, almost a 17-point spread in this game. Just, it's tough to pull his minutes down here. And the Bucks are playing great offensively is the only other note here.
Yep. Let's move to Boston and Golden State. On the Boston side of things, Kristaps Porzingis questionable with left calf strain injury management. This is the injury that's been kind of bugging him of late. We've seen some fits and starts with him. They're without Luke Cornett still with the left abductor strain, and they're without their G League guys. What are your notes on the Celtics?
Yeah, back-to-back, the note here. They play again tomorrow as my audio just kicked on here. So, yeah, we'll see. But back-to-back, definitely could see him sit.
I think we lost you. We lost your audio.
Oh, you got me?
Now you're back. Or I lost you in my headphones, one of the two. But I hear you now. Can't
hear you.
Okay. Interesting.
There we go. You got me now?
Yep. I can hear you.
I think something happened because the box score I put up, the sound came on. And I think it cut up my audio.
So. Probably.
Okay.
So back to Boston. I heard front end of back-to-back, and then that's the last I heard of.
Okay. Yeah, they play the Kings tomorrow, so I definitely think that they could play him here and sit him tomorrow. I doubt he plays them both, so they probably they don't have Horford listed at all, so maybe they play Horford today and sit him tomorrow. Yeah. They tend to like Horford, so they might just sit them both out, and I'm sure they want to beat the Warriors here. So I would expect Porzingis to lean in, but again, not confident. I could certainly see him being managed. I think he's going to get sat out in a back-to-back here.
Okay. Golden State side, still without Draymond Green, indefinite suspension. Chris Paul, questionable tag, illness. Once again, Gary Payton out with the calf strain. What are your expectations for CP3 and the rest of the Warriors tonight?
Yeah, illness tag. Don't really know what's going to happen to them. Man, the audio again. I keep getting this audio thing coming in when I open that box score up. So let's just go. No boxes today. This is driving me crazy. So we know they bring Corey Joseph in. Podzimski's minutes will be a little bit safer. Obviously, Kuminga would be in there. We'll see if Trace Jackson Davis can play. They're going to certainly need a little bit of size, especially with, he's kind of covered well in space where Looney doesn't. So I think Looney's minutes could be a little bit vulnerable here. But, that's kind of straightforward. So, maybe a little bit more Steph stealing. Missed the three-pointer. No three-pointers in the last game for Steph. Snapped like a 256 game streak, I think it was. So that's something to note. But and should mention we got a quote vintage Andrew game from Andrew Wiggins. Clay played really well. They got a pretty easy win, or I guess a needed win against an easy opponent against the Blazers.
All right, Phoenix and Portland. On the Phoenix side, no Bradley Beal, no Josh Okogie, Grayson Allen listed probable with hamstring soreness, and Nasir Little listed available with orbital fracture. What are your notes on the Suns?
Yeah, should be good to go in Grayson. We've been seeing kind of a mixed bag on the starting lineup. We saw Nasir Little in there the last time. I expect him to probably get the start again. And then Jordan Goodwin's been a pretty big factor off the bench without Bradley Beal. So, they'll have Booker, Grayson, should be Nasir Little, Kevin Durant, and then Nurk as well.
All right, and then on the Portland side, Shaden Sharp listed questionable here with the right abductor soreness. That's a tag that we've seen a lot, the abductor soreness stuff this year. What are your notes on Shaden Sharp, and how would Portland potentially compensate if he were to miss?
Yeah, don't have too much on Shaden availability. Could certainly see him missing. We know they're playing him a ton. He had that little knee thing about a month ago, and they kind of nailed his minutes down a little bit. So if he didn't play, I feel pretty confident they would start Malcolm Brogdon in the spot. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Scoot, but I think they're comfortable starting Brogdon, playing him and Ant Simons together. Certainly that would help Scoot Henderson's minutes quite a bit. Matisse would play a little bit more, 2-3 as opposed to 3. Tamani Camaro would benefit a little bit. They maybe would bring in Jabari Walker. His minutes have been kind of fluctuating with him and Duop Reith mixed up. But yeah, certainly Brogdon and Scoot and Ant Simons to a lesser degree would all benefit if Shaden missed this game.
Yeah, and we've seen Shaden's role de-emphasized quite a bit with the return of Malcolm Brogdon and Anthony Simons. So it would be interesting to see how things look without him entirely and how much different it would look, because the role has been really de-emphasized for both Sharp and DeAndre Ayton since they've gotten their primary ball handlers back. Okay, that'll do it for this edition of Established Run's NBA Injury Report Analysis Show. As always, if you enjoy the free content that we're providing here, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, get notifications whenever we go live. Our goal is to get this YouTube channel up to 5,000 subscribers by the end of NBA season. So we really appreciate your support in our journey towards that 5,000 number. If you are interested in our content behind the paywall, I will note that holiday pricing discounts will go live tonight. We will be promoting them tomorrow. But if you'd like to check out more of the information, I would hold off on purchasing until tomorrow just to get the best price tag on this. But you can check out that information at establishedrun.com/subscribe-MBA for more information on all of our premium products. You can find myself and Mike Gallagher behind the paywall tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern, breaking down the good chalk, the bad chalk, the leverage, the contrarian pivots, so on and so forth for this DFS slate tonight. So, as always, if you enjoyed this content, please help feed that algorithm by smashing that like button. You help feed the algorithm. It helps feed our families, allows us to feed you the NBA injury information analysis you need each and every day to set your DFS lineups, your season-long lineups, and make your spread bets and prop bets. So press lovingly, hold gently, press firmly, or smash that like button and help feed that algorithm. Nom, 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 nom. We'll see you next time.